Yeon U tries to kiss So Jin, but she accidentally hits his nose. Meanwhile, Gang Hun calls the police and gets Sangmin arrested, then takes So Jin home and tells Yeon U to stay at the restaurant. Gang Hun is worried Yeon U will hurt So Jin, so he tries to keep them apart. He tells Yeon U he sees So Jin as family, but Yeon U asks him to stop interfering. The next day, So Jin tells Airi about almost kissing Yeon U and wonders if telepathy is real. Airi volunteers at a church and learns about Father Andrea, whose mom died in a fire after having an affair with a married man. Miun releases a new book, but everyone talks about her polyamorous lifestyle. She faces judgment and a perverted fan at a book signing, which scares her a bit. Yeon U, determined to see So Jin, helps Young Tam to meet her at the research center. He finds a news anchor attacking So Jin and saves her. He takes her to karaoke to cheer her up, and they enjoy a Super Junior reunion. Later, Yeon U takes So Jin home and agrees to continue their experiment. Airi invites So Jin to dinner, and Yeon U tags along, eavesdropping as they discuss Father Andrea. The next day, Yeon U buys flowers for So Jin but doesn't know she's allergic to pollen, making her sneeze even from afar. He learns she is giving a speech at her old school and decides to support her. So Jin connects her sneezing with Yeon U's flowers and wonders about telepathy. She shows him her time capsule and mentions a song for her destined partner. Yeon U asks to listen to it, but the MP3 player is broken. He secretly takes it to fix it. For lunch, they both suggest mandu soup at the same time, making So Jin more convinced of their telepathic link. They talk about Sangmin and Yeon U explains it was just a coincidence. Meanwhile, Gang Hun warns So Jin about Yeon U, but she refuses to listen. Frustrated, Gang Hun meets Miun, who gives him a book. He criticizes her lifestyle, comparing her to Yeon U. Young Tam visits So Jin's office and learns she is researching telepathy. He thinks Yeon U and So Jin are dating, but she denies it, saying it's just an experiment. Yeon U gets invited to a family dinner but agrees to do a quick telepathy experiment with So Jin. They choose two places to meet but end up missing each other. Gang Hun meets So Jin at Han River, while Yeon U meets Miun at Mount Nam Tower. Gang Hun is surprised that So Jin is angry with him for being around. He was just on a late-night run when he happened to see her. Despite the awkward encounter, he saves an elderly lady from a scooter accident, and So Jin provides him with first aid. Meanwhile, Miun finds it amusing that Yeon U is trying to telepathically connect with So Jin. He stops by a restaurant near So Jin's place, pretending he misheard their meeting spot. Airi catches him taking a photo, which he tries to send to So Jin, but fails due to network problems. Later, Yeon U joins his mother and aunt for dinner. His mother still hopes her unfaithful husband will return. Elsewhere, So Jin wonders why Yeon U didn't make it to Han River, suspecting a miscommunication. She calls him, and he invites her to try meeting again, but she says she's busy. Before they set a date, So Jin gets a call from her boss, leaving Yeon U frustrated. Miun has an unpleasant encounter with an old acquaintance who disapproves of her polyamorous lifestyle. Yeon U helps her out, and they share drinks, talking about their breakup. Miun admits she ghosted him for 6 months, but he says he liked their relationship's distance. He encourages her to stay true to herself despite the criticism. Yeon U later invites So Jin to a celestial show on Sunday. She loves stargazing and agrees. They start planning for the camping trip. So Jin calls Gang Hun for a favor and mentions she's going camping with Yeon U, which surprises him. Gang Hun shows up at the campsite, disrupting their time together. The two men behave childishly, annoying So Jin. Meanwhile, Miun tries to follow Gang Hun but gets lost. Gang Hun gets called back to work and tells Yeon U he won't let him hurt So Jin. After Gang Hun leaves, Yeon U and So Jin enjoy stargazing. Yeon U asks why she believes in telepathy, and she explains she wants to instinctively know if her lover is in pain. As they get closer while listening to So Jin's MP3 player, Miun interrupts, introducing herself as Yeon U's ex. So Jin gets jealous, and Miun is surprised that Yeon U ditched his friends to be alone with So Jin. Meanwhile, Gang Hun's team puts out a fire at a flower shop with a familiar logo, sparking curiosity about a woman his dad is dating. After the camping trip, Yeon U watches Miyoon's shows to learn how to win So Jin's heart. So Jin, worried about Miyoon, stalks her social media and discovers a photo of her mom. She doesn't know that Yeon U is planning more coincidences between them. He asks Young Tam to follow So Jin, but things go awry when Young Tam's wallet is stolen. Sungmi helps him, and he ends up meeting Miyoon at the aquarium. While So Jin goes to an exhibition. Disappointed that she can't telepathically connect with Yeon U, So Jin is surprised when he shows up as she leaves the exhibition. Believing they communicated telepathically, she agrees to a first official date with him.